from the art and design and at the university. And this is my second year, and my research topic is online exhibition after the COVID-19 pandemic, audience re-engagement with the art museum in China and the UK. My research explored the change in the museum exhibition due to the COVID-19 pandemic, particularly digital development and its impact on curators working with museums in the UK and China. This research aims to investigate how the rapid development of online exhibition as an emergency response to the COVID-19 pandemic impact museum practice, online curating, and the audience experience. Specifically, this research will explore how museums in the UK and China interact and communicate with audience in the context of a post-pandemic online exhibition. So today I will share some findings I made in China during my research early stage. This findings set the stage for my ongoing PhD studies. So my presentation is the status and the challenge of online exhibition in art museum in China and based interviews with the curators. So I will share full part and background on exhibition presentation in art museum in China and the status and the challenges of online curation, and then is a conclusion and a suggestion. And before the COVID-19, museums often use the online exhibition to supplement their physical exhibit as a part of our digital engagement efforts. But during the pandemic, lockdown and governmental restriction made in-person events impossible. This forced museums to get creative and adapt quickly and to keep audience connect engaged with their artworks. Museums shifted their focus on digital engagement, turning online exhibition and other digital platforms from supporting role to central activities. During the post-pandemic, some people think online exhibition have redefined how curators work and how audience engage with art. For that start of the online exhibition and how the role of the curators continue to evolve are worth exploring, particularly in traditional gallery or traditional museum. Online curation is not only an innovative response by the art museum field, but also it's an important step in the redefined curator practice in the digital age. So the study narrowed down to China and begins with the state of the online museum exhibition, focusing on the online exhibition format and explore how curators in traditional museum address online curation, particularly the challenge faced and analyze the reason for these changes. And in this content, I went back to China and in the 2023, and to gather some interview data, I conduct structured interview with 3 museums and question based on museum self-development and curate start of their online exhibition and the challenge curate face when curating their online exhibition. And I also read some literature and find some case study and analyze online context of the 3 museums. And the Sichuan Art Museum, we will highlight Sichuan local art and its collection to trace the history of the modern Chinese art. And the Chengdu Art Museum have a part is a Chengdu Tianfu Art Museum and the Chengdu Museum of Contemporary Art. And it's a huge and all-encompassing art museum. Well, it still focuses on traditional Chinese art, and it also features contemporary pieces, including abstract and installation and like a digital art. And the Shangrao Art Museum established maybe 2022. So this museum is still in the early stage, and it focuses on curating and researching ancient and modern and traditional Chinese painting. Okay, And this is the online exhibition presentation in art museum in China. And according to the curator interview, all the three curators said, although online exhibition get a lot of attention and after the COVID-19 pandemic, but their museum most common approach to create digital copies of the offline exhibition. And as shown on slide, the Chengdu Art Museum, this museum made online versions and based on their physical exhibition. And this online exhibition are complete a copy and starting from the external environment and guiding visitors through the internal hall or exhibit. And additionally, then take Sichuan Art Museum as is an example, and it not only create a copy the basic exhibition for online, but also and use the exhibition as an extension of their physical collection, and that provide some opportunity to artists and to some work and building virtual gallery and based on their artwork or introduce and image and audio and video. Okay, and this is finally is discuss about green digital art in the physical art museum, and curator said and an exhibition based on green digital art actually in the museum is very little, and it's limited opportunity to promote development of the green digital art exhibition. However, the curator will very quite positive about future online exhibition based on digital art, and it's worth noting that more traditional art museum and continue to embrace digital and multimedia art. Like Chengdu Art Museum said, we are also hoping that digital art and new media art would be involved, and it's indispensable. It's a very important part of the contemporary art. And although our curator may not have enough information about digital art, but we are very interested to touch more people involved in this work. And the third is stats and change of the online curation. And I select two parts. Part one is a lack of funding support. Part two is a digital scale request for the curators. And the funding resource in Chinese public art museum is very difficult. And first, most of funding comes from the government, and which is a big support for museum. And but each city economic development can also lead to different in the funding. And also sometimes most museum exhibition are free, but some museum make money through a ticket sale or for some exhibition or culture or creative product, and it's worse due to the different culture and policies in each region. Moreover, and some museums get donation from public, but it's very pretty a little. And in this content, according to the curator, and the funding becomes very limited in terms of use and plan, because the museum have to operate their funding for daily operation costs, including conservation and management of the collection, and human and material resource. And then is exhibit contents cost, and the final is answer and the next on exhibition. And the funding program is complex and it's tough to solve. In public art museum, curators have a limited role in and really to get involved in funding issues. But when the funds are difficult. They have to find some other ways to development, achieve exhibition goals. In short, this funding structurally to lead to insufficient cultural investment and uneven development among regionals. This means only some museums can afford to development on an exhibition with named fund. An exhibition development is delayed and preventing museums from exploring new digital attempts and breakthroughs. And according to 3 curators interviewed, and their lack of all the curator practices based on physical exhibition, traditional curators play a support role in the online curation because they don't have any experience in the or digital capabilities to create online exhibition and independently in their daily work. When supporting online exhibition curation, curators often support some suggestion or some offline guide, offline road to the digital apartment or other organization and giving some reference and rather than directly engage with production and presentation. And other is about digital resources and copyright issue, like a Chengdu Art Museum curator says digital resources and copyright is also non-running issues. And she said as they lack art of resources, both online and offline. And this need to be very laborious. And she also said resources and copyright are very closely and related. As long as they involved and the uses of artwork, the museum will face copyright issue. Many times artists and curators have to rely on truth. Although China has established some legal regulation in the past 2 years to provide protection, but it still lacks specific standard, and China copy laws is still lagging. So final is my conclusion and my suggestion. A study found that most online exhibitions are just based on exciting physical display, and due to lack of funding, so online exhibition development is quite limited. It also highlights that curators don't have many opportunities to develop digital scale for online curation, even though public museums are trying to promote digital engagement, and the process for online exhibition varies among different museums in China, with some still in the early exploration stage. So the stage offers some recommendation based on interview, and including provide digital technology training and online exhibition toolkit and cooperation to establish online exhibitions. Okay, that's all. And thanks for your listen. And if you have any curator or museum professional interest in my research, please contact me, please. And I would love to involve you in my research through an interview. Yeah, that's all.
Very interesting. Thank you very much.